Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something super specific, but honestly really frustrating for language learners.
Mm,
How to stop that, mental translation loop before you actually speak English.
right. It's that habit where your brain kind of runs everything through your native language first.
Exactly. And we've got a stack of sources here, all focused on like high impact ways to break that cycle.
We call it the translation habit, and it leads straight to that awkward pause, that moment of silence.
The delay of doom, it just kills the flow of a conversation.
Totally. So our mission today is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Smash that habit.
Yeah.
Get you sounding natural, fluent, not just technically correct.
Okay, so step one. What do you do when your brain does stall and you get that silence?
Well, first off, don't panic. The key is learning to embrace the gap.
Embrace the gap. Okay, how?
Instead of dead air, use some natural filler phrases. Buy yourself a little time. Like
What?
simple stuff. Give me a sec, or maybe, let me think about that for a second. It sounds natural, keeps you in the conversation.
Right, it makes you sound thoughtful, not just stuck.
Exactly. But buying time isn't the whole fix. You need a deeper mental shift.
Okay.
We need to force a direct English connection to concepts, like bypass your native language entirely.
How does that work in practice? Sounds kind of abstract.
Try this exercise. Look at something simple, maybe a water bottle right there.
Okay, got one here.
Don't think the word for it in your language.
Mm-hmm.
Just immediately describe it in English,
Yeah.
out loud or in your head.
So, like, blue, plastic, cold, half full.
Perfect. You're training your brain not to take that detour through translation. Direct link.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on from the mental side, vocabulary.
Yeah, let's talk vocab. And specifically, a word that wastes so much time for learners. Very.
Ah, yes. Very, very good. Very, very tired.
Exactly. It's grammatically fine, sure, but it's clunky. It's inefficient.
So, level up your vocabulary time. Ditch the very. What's the fix?
Use stronger, more precise adjectives. Instead of very tired, just say exhausted.
Or very big becomes massive, huge.
Precisely. It saves time, sounds way more sophisticated, and frankly, more confident.
And there's a pronunciation trick too, right? With these stronger words.
Yes. Emphasize the stressed syllable. Really lean into it. Make it dynamic, like exhausted or massive.
Exhausted, massive. Okay, I hear it. It gives the word more punch.
And it reinforces that direct English feeling we talked about.
Okay.
Okay, so vocab's one piece. Now, structure.
Structural shortcuts. This feels like where the real fluency building happens.
Definitely. Forget learning single words in isolation. That's not how fluent speakers operate.
So think in chunks, like ready-made phrases.
Exactly that. Don't just learn the verb take, learn the whole chunk. Take a break, take into account, make a difference.
Because those just roll off the tongue. No assembly required.
Zero assembly. They're pre-built. They just pop out. Takes huge amounts of mental energy.
Okay, chunks. Got it. What else structurally? You mentioned speed.
Right. Spoken English generally prefers the active voice. It's faster, more direct.
I made the report, not the report was made by me.
Exactly. Active voice tells you who did what immediately. Keeps things moving. Passive voice often adds that little extra processing time, that slight delay.
Which brings us back to avoiding the delay of doom.
It all connects. And speaking of speed and flow, contractions.
Ah, the music of spoken English, as they say.
They really are. If you're saying I am going to go instead of I'm going to go, you're going to sound unnatural. You're slowing yourself down.
And those 3-word ones trip people up sometimes, like could've, should've, would've.
Yeah, practice hearing them, practice saying them, could've, should've.
They're absolutely essential for sounding smooth.
Okay, active voice contractions, chunks. Any quick grammar fixes that smooth things out?
2 common ones. First, prepositions with arrive. People get mixed up with at and in.
Oh, yeah, I hear that one a lot.
Simple rule. Use N for big places, cities, countries, like arrive in London. Use AN for small, specific places, the airport, the hotel, the station. Arrive at the airport.
In for big, AT for small. Easy enough. What's the second trap? The gerund trap. Specifically after I'm looking forward to.
Ah, I'm looking forward to see you.
Incorrect. Right. That to, there is a preposition, not part of an infinitive. So it needs the ing form, the gerund.
It has to be, I'm looking forward to seeing you, or meeting you, hearing from you.
Exactly. Nail that one down and you'll sound much more polished.
Okay, so wrapping all this up,
Yeah.
the goal isn't just speed, right? Or even just accuracy.
No, the real goal, the synthesis of all this is smoothness. It's about making it effortless, reducing that mental work.
Making it automatic.
That's the word. Automatic.
So what's the final thought, the actionable thing for you listening right now?
Start your own chunk journal. Seriously. Today.
A chunk journal. Explain that.
Just write down 2 new chunks, those fixed phrases that you hear or read each day. Write the chunk and an example sentence showing how you might use it.
So you're building a personal library of these ready-made phrases.
Precisely. Doing that consistently builds the mental pathways, that muscle memory, so these chunks become automatic. You stop translating because you don't need to. You just access the chunk.
That direct connection again. Eliminating the translation step entirely.
That's how you get truly fluent and smooth. Give it a try. Don't stress about sounding perfectly American or British. Just aim for clarity, simple clarity.
Precisely. That's the core idea they landed on. Fluency over accuracy. Now, that doesn't mean ignore grammar forever, but it means prioritizing getting comfortable speaking first.
Like muscle memory.
Exactly like muscle memory. They use this driving analogy. You don't need a deep understanding of like how the combustion engine works just to drive to the store, right?
Right, you just need to drive.
You just drive. And they even pointed out, native speakers, we make grammar mistakes constantly, all the time. Perfectionism just makes you want to check under the hood every 2 seconds.
Okay, but hang on. Is there a risk there? If you ignore structure completely, aren't you just going to like learn bad habits?
That's a fair question. What these learners found, though, was that the fear of messing up is actually the biggest wall, not the mistake itself.
Okay.
You build the better habits later through practice that doesn't feel high pressure, which leads to this idea they called chunking down the cognitive load.
I like that phrase. Chunking down the cognitive load. So what does that look like, practically speaking?
Well, take the simplest win. Ordering food. Like coffee. The person behind the counter. They just need, what, 3 things?
What you want, how many, and if it's for here to go.
Exactly. So if you try to build some complex sentence, you might just trip yourself up, get anxious. But if you just say, coffee, 2, takeaway, boom.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. The core idea got across. That's a win. And that feeling, it builds confidence way faster than stressing about the present perfect continuous tense.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Secure the small wins. So how do you turn that into actually improving your speaking skill? They mentioned shadowing.
Yes, shadowing. They found it super useful. It's clever because it taps into that automatic part of your brain.
How does it work?
You just listen to a short clip of a native speaker, like maybe 30 seconds tops, and then you immediately try to copy it.
Just repeat the words.
Well, yeah, but the focus isn't really on perfect pronunciation of every single word. It's more about mimicking the rhythm, the intonation, the sort of music of how they speak.
Oh, okay. So you're training your mouth, kind of like practicing scales on a piano.
Exactly. You're practicing the physical act of speaking, the flow, without having to actively think about constructing sentences. It's like practicing your golf swing without worrying where the ball goes initially.
Gotcha. But okay, What happens when things inevitably go wrong?
Hmm.
One of the learners admitted ordering a big sandy desert.
Yeah. Instead of dessert. Yeah.
Classic. Right. And those things happen, but they can really throw you off your game, make you clam up.
For sure. But that's actually a great example of a mistake that's, well, it's kind of funny, right? It's memorable, but it probably didn't completely stop the conversation. Mistakes are only a real problem if they, shut everything down.
Okay.
And what's interesting is how they suggested handling things you just don't know, like idioms. You hear someone say they're pulling your leg.
Yet trying to guess that mid-sentence is just going to make your brain short circuit.
Totally. So the advice was simple: don't guess, just ask.
It's okay to just stop and ask.
Absolutely. It's perfectly polite. They even suggested phrases. You could say something like, sorry, I'm not familiar with that expression. Could you maybe rephrase that?
Or more casually.
Or just, wait, what does pulling your leg mean? It's simple as that. The key takeaway here is really about mindset. See every conversation as a chance to experiment, not a test you might fail.
That really does feel like a weight has been lifted, as one of them put it. Shifting the goal from perfection to just
Connection.
communication.
Exactly.
So for you listening, what does this all boil down to? The source mentioned one learner made this concrete goal: speak up at least 3 times in every single meeting that week.
A measurable step.
Right. So, thinking about your own situation, what's one measurable, low-stakes goal you could commit to this week? Something small, just to practice prioritizing getting your message across, rather than getting every word perfect.